Hey, FlimsyLunchTray here, and welcome to World of Warships, as we're back with our intermediate player guide series. As honestly, it's been a while since I've been able to go revisit the series just because of life, and then I've been focusing on grinding a lot of specific ship lines, ships that I'm figuring out, and didn't really have any good videos out of that grinding per se. And grinding of credits that I felt that would work well for the intermediate player guide series. So it had a little bit of a lapse in it, but it has been on my mind. And I came across this video with the Tier 10 American Heavy Cruiser, the Salem, the premium counterpart to the Des Moines with some minor differences. And I don't know how I want to title this video, because I don't know if I think this is what I'm going to say. RAM to win. Okay, RAM to win. So that's probably going to give it away a bit. But we're going to get to the end of this battle, and it's going to be super close in terms of whether it is our team or it's going to be the enemy team going to win. It was a 2v1 situation, and it was very unfavorable for myself. So I didn't really know if I would be able to pull it off or if we're going to die. So you're just gonna have to wait and see how that goes, because it's gonna be really close. But there's I want to say the majority of the players, a large portion of the players in the game do not know about this winning game strategy. And if you understand it and know when to utilize it, then you can see a slight tick in difference, maybe a very few minor percentage points if you're regularly watching your win rate. Okay, so this is something that if you stack all these little bitty things in the game of your game knowledge, it's just going to overall increase and improve your game performance in World of Warships. So to talk a little bit about Salem before we get to that part, as we're here on loop and ranked. Salem is a ship, as I was actually noticing, I was going through several replays, and I was seeing that this play style that I've learned to embrace much more with Salem, and that is always trying to find these opportunities where you are not detected, when you can fire upon the enemy ships you are facing. And I say that more so that you have the health pool advantage, or that needed health pool you're going to need for the end of the game, okay? So that's when cruisers in World of Warships really become strongest, whether it's ranked or random battles, even clan battles, is their ability to play the last half of the battle. It's having that stamina that's going to last you the longest, having that health pool difference to help you make some game-winning plays and clutches. That really makes a huge difference. And so that is what I've learned with Salem. I think, depending on the cruiser, but especially with like Salem Des Moines, it's trying to utilize your health pool for the late game and how you play. Now here, we're shooting out in the open, so I don't really know necessarily why GK and Yamato really aren't so interested in shooting us, which is fine with us. So we're just paying attention. We're going back and forward and reverse with our acceleration, our throttle. So they don't seem to be too interested, as we just lose our Shimakaze to the enemy Shimakaze, and we're gonna see him at that enemy Shimakaze at the end of the battle. Yamato rather shoot a bow in Kremlin. So yeah, it's a little strange. So now we're going to wait for our concealment to go down, and then we get detected. So this is not good at all. We have a destroyer somewhere out off to the starboard, but I have to be mindful not to show too much broadside to this GK or to the enemy Yamato. So this is not necessarily a favorable situation for me right now. So I'm trying to stay I can decide which way I need to angle, if I need to angle in, because I want to get around to this island here. And so I've just gone dark, and that's told me that the destroyer player, the Marceau, he's roughly somewhere on that line that I pinged. So Kremlin's going to have to push up, because he's not going to want to put himself in harm's way. I have to also be mindful there could be more torpedoes. Marceau has 9-kilometer torpedoes. Kleber's is 8 kilometers. but Kleber gets slightly faster reloading torpedoes than Marcel. So I need to be mindful here when I'm coming around in the corner. My goal is to defend the battleship from the destroyer player, so we're going to do that here. So he's right there, he's reversing, and we have top grade gunner, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get a benefit out of having faster reloading guns. So we've, I think we busted his engine there. Maybe he already DCP'd. Oh no, he hasn't DC. No, there it is. So now he's DCP'd. But with how fast these guns reload, these 2 and 3 millimeter guns, we're just going to be able to continually pump out the damage. And if things go according to plan, this Marcel player is not going to get away from us. So he's not firing now, so it looks like maybe he's trying to go dark, but yeah, he didn't expect us to kind of swing back there on him. So we're going to get rid of him, so then we're going to reverse because of torpedoes. You know, he did stop firing, so that could mean he got some torpedoes out into the water. I'm not sure, because he gets 3, 6, 9, 12 torpedoes, 6 per side. Another thing we get to use here is the how would I say this? The air depth charge strike. I don't know how to phrase it. Where we're going to be able to throw it out and see where is that battleship at, right? Now he's been spotted now by Kremlin. And here again, you're going to see an example where we're just going to ease up here. I'm going to switch to the forward turrets. And the goal is to keep the center of our ship behind the island while the forward part of our ship is out past the corner of the island. So we're kind of checking ourselves here. We're really close right now. He just got whacked hard by Kremlin. So now, again, I'm getting to farm this enemy Yamato, another enemy battleship, for free, without putting any of my health pool at risk. And you can say, now, Flimsy, you know, you're 13 minutes into the game, you know, do you really need to be hanging on to this much health? Oh, yes. we're going to need it. So we're going for his bow there. The Kremlin gets the kill shot. In the meantime, the enemy Mecklenburg kills our Vermont. And then Shimakaze kills our Schlieffen. So that Shimakaze seems to be having a good game so far. He's got 2 of our enemy ships so far. Now Kremlin is on low health. Then he has a GK with a greater hit point advantage as our gearing takes out the Mecklenburg. So that's great. So this gearing is going to be doing pretty well for the most part. So Kremlin's doing the right thing, and he's turning to get bow in towards the GK. And so for myself, we're going to take these shots out in the open here. If anything, I wouldn't mind if GK decided to shoot me instead of our friendly Kremlin, just because if it just means that our Kremlin player is going to be last a little bit longer in helping me out here, I don't mind kind of showing this much side to the GK, as my goal is to get to this island up here. Now, of course, we want to get into the cap, but it might not be possible for us to cap just yet, so we don't want to get super anxious here. We want to be calm, collective mindset as we move up. So now we're getting the effect of the top grade gunner, so we have these guns are reloading that little bit faster. Our gearing's coming back. He's flipped C. He's known it's not best for him to stay at sea with a Shima that outspots him, and a Des Moines with that 10-kilometer radar, with radar in Salem, which we're just about to use here, being 8.5 kilometers. That's one of the other differences between these 2 ships, but I've pretty much done a video covering and going more into detail on that. Maybe I'll throw it up here at the end. Again, we just put the forward part of our ship out behind the island. Our friendly gearing is doing spotting, but then he goes behind the island in Bravo. So we go ahead and pop our radar. And we're just going to be focusing on trying to get some fires set, which we've already set 2 fires here on the GK. So he's getting a little flustered. He blows his shot before he gets within a hydro 6-kilometer range. So unfortunate for him, fortunate for us. So now we're just going to see if we can't squeeze back out here, and we're just going to see about pinning that bow of his. So yeah, not too many pins happening there. So probably should have went ahead and just switched back up to the superstructure. But we do get Arsonist and picking him up. So we get to the kill, and that's great. So I communicate to my gearing that I'm going to cap A first. Now, I guess I can cover a few things within this. So, one, we talk about being able to focus an enemy target without utilizing or risking too much of your health pool, especially as a cruiser player. So you have more of that health that you need for the later on in the battle, right? So that helps improves your odds, increases your chances. Another thing is, using those ASW air strike. So you can kind of get an idea where is that enemy battleship, so I don't maybe put myself in an unfavorable position. Another little thing you can do to help improving your game performance is communicating with your teammates. All these little things add up. So I guess you kind of able to see that a little bit here in this game. And knowing your ship's strengths and knowing your ship's weaknesses, of course, that's another as well. Now, Skewing is playing a little bit too close for Des Moines, pushing in there. He's not in a position where if Des Moines did show up, that he can simply go in behind the island. And he decides to turn towards the right. I think he's going to maybe try to get Bravo between him and Des Moines, but that's simply just not going to happen. Now, Shimakaze just stepped on the cap, so it means he's out in front of the Des Moines as we pick up High Caliber. And we're going to go dark here briefly. So now the goal is, well, shoot, the enemy team has the points advantage right now, and if I rammed, even if I rammed one ship right now, and let's say I'd even, and I don't live, right, that's an immediate loss because enemy team has the points advantage. Now I think you maybe, for those of you aware of this, you see where this is going. So we're going to push up here on the Des Moines, so we still had AP loaded. When you tend to get in these Des Moines, Salem gunfights, or vice versa, Des Moines, Salem, Salem, is that you're looking for opportunities, as we're going to need a torpedo here, unfortunately. And oof. You're trying to take out each other's main battery guns. That's typically how the fight goes. Now, we go ahead and pop radar, and we catch the Salem out here. And so he's just enough behind the island. I'm like, I don't think I can shoot him. We pop our super heal, another difference between Des Moines and Salem. And the Shimakaze decides to go aggro, not realizing that I've popped my super heal. So we're still healing up, and he smells blood in the water, so he's going to die. Now this immediately flips the points advantage into our advantage. So now this is where the ram to win comes into play. I think I said that right. Ram to win. So we need to get on the enemy Cap and Bravo ASAP, and we're just going to focus on taking out his main battery guns, incapacitating them. So as I have the ram flag mounted, and when both of us die, no one lives, but because we had that little bit of points advantage, we are going to have victory, a 6-point advantage. So it's really close. Shimakaze got a little greedy there at the end. All he had to do is to be on the island and just wait for the enemy Des Moines to whittle me down, and we would have lost. So just knowing these little things and playing on enemy players, not being patient, makes a lot of difference in the game. So it's 175,000 damage with Arsonist and High Caliber with the 4 destroyed. Not too far away from getting a Kraken. That didn't happen this game. Doesn't happen all the time, especially in ranked. As I like playing tier 10 ranked when you don't have carriers or submarines. And then going to the detailed report, you can see we did a lot of damage on GK95 and all, 52,000 from fires. So we were definitely setting fires here. And we took 83,000 damage as well, with 1.2 million potential damage. And then of course this is what it looks like with premium count. So knowing those opportunities, the ram to win, and no one survives, and being able to do that when you have the points advantage. Now if you don't have the points advantage, you don't want to take the ramp. You want to do what you can to kill the enemy ship, even if it means they have more health than you, and you not die, right? So then if you're on a 1v1, you're like, let me just ram. Well, do you have enough points in your favor? Because if you simply ram him, you're playing into what he wants you to do, or he doesn't understand, will give him and his team the win. So I hope this intermediate player guide video was helpful today, and maybe if you find yourself in these types of situations here in World of Warships. I've been probably in my, I guess maybe I've already hit 3 years of playing World of Warships. I need to look. I've come into this situation probably 5 to 10 times, And just knowing that info helped to make the difference in clutching the victory versus defeat. So, if you liked today's video, give a thumbs up. If you didn't, give a thumbs down. Subscribe if you do want to see more. If you're subscribed, thanks so much. I appreciate it, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.